Hey, everybody, and welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, is your Lord of Punishment. Say hello, Scribe.
Hello, Scribe.
Also joining us is your Lord of Pennies. Say hello, Satsu.
Hello, Satsu.
And joining us tonight, the next 6 minutes, I've decided you are the Lord of Preps.
I'm the Lord of Preps.
And
Preps?
if you guys didn't watch the Weibo stream on My Immortal, you won't understand that, but you should go watch it. And I have, sorry, say hi next 6 minutes.
Oh, hello, everybody.
And I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, your Lord of Pain. And how is everyone tonight? Let's do this in order so we don't just have an awkward silence. Satsu, how are you?
I'm good. Great even.
Scribe, you?
I am well.
Next 6 minutes, how are you?
I'm doing perfectly fine.
I feel like I'm about to start a game show.
Let's meet our contestants.
Yes. Welcome to What Funky Shit Will Monkey Say Today That You Have to Disavow?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
You're
Guys, did you know tonight is the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
Oh, shit.
Oh, boy.
Why wasn't I invited?
Well, guess who was invited and not going?
Is it Trump?
It's Trump. For the second year in a row, he's decided he's not doing that. And he's actually here in Michigan instead.
Uh-huh.
He's giving a live talk that's being broadcast somewhere. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, he's skipping it, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. Is there anything we need to go over before we... oh, you know what? 6. I'm just going to call you 6 from now on because the next 6 minutes is too long to keep saying.
Everybody just calls me 6.
6. Tell everybody about yourself.
Well, I am the next 6 minutes. I am part of the Chaos 120 streaming group. We from Monday to Friday, we typically stream from about 10 p.m. Eastern to about 12 a.m. Eastern. Our membership includes Voice of Burnside, Veteran Mountain Man, Irate Prostate, myself, Scooby331, and I guess a crowd favorite here at Lords of the Night, Weibo Jones. Her stream is coming up right after this Lords of the Night thing. So if you want to hop on over there, go right ahead.
Ooh, Weibo sucks.
Only if you ask nice.
Anything else we need to go over before we jump into what I'm sure is a wonderful day of news?
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones movies. Hit that like button if you have not already, and at least 75% of you have not. Thereabouts. And share our stuff. YouTube is not all that friendly with the algorithms, so you, our audience, are our best advertising agency, as it were.
Just a word of warning. Mama Satsu might be in the chat today.
What?
Awesome.
So we'll see. She said she was coming. She was like, I'm gonna show up in the chat and say what's up to all my bitches.
I love Mama Satsu. She is funny as hell. If you guys missed her on that was your birthday stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was fucking amazing.
Yeah, my mom's hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie. If I could trade her for you, I'd do it, dude.
Oh man, good thing I don't have those pesky feelings.
I want to ask you guys before we get into the news, because we were talking just before the stream. I have an addiction to my Vapo Rub inhaler here. It's not a rub inhaler. You don't rub it on yourself. That would be really weird. But and we're talking about that. And you guys said you've seen things where like people have eaten it. People around here, apparently, when they were little, their parents used to feed it to them when they were sick. Huh? They would like give them spoonfuls of Vapo Rub. So it is just a weird thing that happens here. This isn't something I just never heard of.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
In Texas, particularly the Latino communities, Vapor Rub is a very popular thing because it's one of those.
It's how they do their hair, isn't it?
No, it's for home remedies. They're really big into home remedies and lots of like superstitious sort of stuff, like putting lemons under beds and onions behind doors, and lots of interesting things. So that's one of the certainly that's something that I grew up seeing. A lot of my classmates, they would when they were sick, they would smell very strongly of vapor rub.
Oh, just dip the kid in it and send them on their way.
Pretty much.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
I feel like
that was weird.
I feel like that would burn coming out.
Yeah.
Like that's like Taco Bell to the extreme. Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't me. That there's just weird people around here. Scribbles.
Yes.
Is there any news today?
Kinda. I mean, it wasn't a very exciting news day, but there was stuff. So kind of entwined with that speech you said Trump was giving, I think it's still going on, but he has said in there that it's possible that the U.S. North Korea summit may take place sometime in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. It's not a guarantee, but that's what he mentioned in his speech. But ahead of that, Trump and South Korean President Moon talk ahead of North Korea meeting. President Donald Trump says he spoke with his Japanese and South Korean counterparts Saturday morning about his upcoming sit-down with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Quote, just had a long and very good talk with President Moon of South Korea, Trump wrote on Twitter. Things are going very well. Time and location of meeting with North Korea is being set. Also spoke to Prime Minister Abe of Japan to inform him of the ongoing negotiations. On Friday, Trump said that although the location for the summit has yet to be decided, they have narrowed it down to 2 countries. Quote, I think some very good things can happen with respect to North Korea. He said, speaking at a press conference with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. We're setting up meetings now. We're down to 2 countries as to a site, and we'll let you know what that site is. Trump also praised talks between South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Kim earlier this week. Blah, 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 blah. They were going to stop the formal declaration of war. So progress is continuing, I suppose, is the headline there.
I hope they have the talks in Japan. I think that would be very symbolic.
That's my Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper alert.
Dr. Pepper.
Disgusting alert.
They should have the talks in Las Vegas.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So if
you know
it
where
goes
they
badly,
really
everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
They should do it in Russia.
Yeah. Putin should be the moderator.
Yes, that would be funny.
Monkey, this is gonna. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, where's that cognac or whatever that his dad loved? Where's that come from?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, he was either his father was like obsessed with this particular kind of alcohol, some brand, and I just thought they should have it at that bottling plant.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I would say somewhere in Bavaria. Isn't the original surname was Drumpf? So it's like Westphalia or someplace like that.
We should do it in Crimea.
No, hold on, Monkey. This is going to lead into when we talk about this later. But I just saw a post on Facebook that says, my favorite part of Infinity War is when Wolverine fought Batman. And the first comment up under there is, dude, don't spoil it. We haven't seen it yet.
Oh, my God. Yeah, for the record, guys, I did see Infinity Wars today. We won't be talking about it other than on a very, very vague level. So if you're worried about spoilers, that's not here. And mods, if you see anybody doing that in chat, please kick them the fuck or quiet them the fuck. Don't kick them. Quiet them. Mute them.
No, Jesus.
Yeah, don't spoil this for anyone.
Goddamn.
I will say, we saw it, me and my wife, and Lady Monkey is not as up on all of her superhero stuff as I am, but she still really enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
So Monkey, did you like that part where Godzilla shows up and starts kicking the crap out of everybody?
I liked when he shot his moon breath into space.
There we go.
God damn the moon breath.
Anyway, let's see. What else do we have there, Scribbles?
Let's see. Well, following up from last night, more women sign up to defend Tom Brokaw, and tension in NBC grows. More than 100 women have signed a letter defending former NBC Nightly News anchor Tom Brokaw following a sexual harassment allegation by a former colleague. Among the names defending Brokaw are some high-profile personalities, including MSNBC hosts Rachel Maddow and Mika Brzezinski, White House correspondent Kelly O'Donnell, Chief Foreign Affairs correspondent Andrea Mitchell, and NBC special anchor Maria Shriver, former Arnold Schwarzenegger. Quote, as professional women, we fully endorse the conversation around abuse of power in the workplace. In the context of that conversation, we would like to share our perspectives on working with Tom Brokaw, the letter reads. Quote, Tom has treated each of us with fairness and respect. He has given each of us opportunities for advancement and championed our successes throughout our careers. As we have advanced across industries, news, publishing, law, business, and government, Tom has been a valued source of counsel and support. We know him to be a man of tremendous decency and integrity. And then I'm just waiting for the next shoe to drop where it's like, oh, Tom Brokaw, groped 15 other women. Like, oh shit.
What happened to listen and believe?
I don't know. I don't know.
Aren't there?
Okay. I'll tell you this much. Sticks, Axe, and Hammer is probably in some corner of his house, rubbing his hands together at this latest trouble in paradise in the legacy media. So good.
I just wonder. I mean, it can't be that Harvey Weinstein literally hit on every woman he's ever met. So there's obviously women in his life who he's nice with. Like maybe it's just the chick at Starbucks. I don't know, but. If all it takes now is you got to get character witnesses from the female side, I feel like guys are going to be okay.
Well, here's the thing. According to SJW logic and the logic that they've been going by, the number is the most important. If that many women came forward and said he's cool, then he's cool.
Oh, just wait. Here's the twist, if there is one. But there is considerable tension behind the scenes at NBC about the letter and the broader effort to defend Brokaw. Sources describe debates between friends and within peer groups about whether to sign on and what message the letter was intended to send. As one of the sources put it, quote, what does it mean if your name is not on the letter? Vester's attorney, Vester was the woman who accused him. Ari Wickenfield had no new comment on Saturday. On Friday, he said Vester spoke out because she feels, quote, NBC needs to prioritize actually listening to and protecting their employees who have been victimized.
And again, if you read the charges against him, what she said, there's nothing horrible in there. This isn't he threw her down and raped her. This isn't even him beating off in front of her. He tried to kiss her a couple of times. That's the charge here. So I wonder if maybe that's why so many of these women are willing to sign off.
That sounds like an awkward teenager trying to make a pass at his prospective prom date.
Yeah, kind of does. Yeah. So I am interested to see how this one plays out. How many do you think it would take for these women to pull back? 2, 3?
It doesn't depend on the number. It depends on the personality. If someone of note comes out and says he did something, it doesn't matter so much that there's more of them, just that there's at least one more and someone whose credibility is not questionable. So that's what I think it would take. Otherwise, if 2 more women came forward, and if either one of them had any corroborative evidence or anything that would tend to suggest that what they're saying isn't a complete lie, everybody on that letter is going to look like absolute shit.
Wait, is Mama Satsu in chat? Did I miss her?
Yeah, she was in chat. She's trying to figure out how to change her name, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was going to show her how to change it real quick.
Yeah, you get her set up because I love Mama Satsu. This is a woman who, when I asked if Satsu got her butt from him, stood up and showed me her ass on stream, and I will forever love her for that. And that is a true story. You guys can check it out on Satsu's birthday stream.
No, it's not up there. He's lying.
I liked. It was very awesome of you. I typed in there, give Mama Satsu a hug for all of us, and you gave her a hug, and that was awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, I love my mom. She's awesome. She's crazy, but she's awesome. Oh man, they like Monkey has a crush.
Always, man. It's somebody's mama. You know I got a crush.
Yeah. There we go.
There she is. Okay, and
Yo.
y'all better be nice because she's a moderator.
Right.
Anything else there, Scribbles? Because I have one too. So,
well, I got one more from MSNBC.
Ooh, okay.
Joy Reid apologizes and says experts haven't proven she was hacked. For those of you that don't know, I don't think we actually have talked about this yet. Joy Reid is a MSNBC personality, and about a week ago or so, someone dug up some blog posts she'd written from 10 years ago or something that had some anti-homosexual rhetoric and such in there. And when she was confronted about this, she said that wasn't her. She would never do that. Her blog was obviously hacked. Blah 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 blah. Doing the Anthony Weiner defense of like, oh, that stuff there that would be completely worthless of anybody's time to do. Yeah, that's totally hacked.
She also had already admitted to some what would be considered homophobic language. So the idea that somebody would hack it to make it worse is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Joy Reid opened her show on MSNBC Saturday with a mea culpa about past homophobic remarks and admitted cybersecurity experts haven't been able to prove her former blog was hacked. See, that's just say you did it. Haven't been able to prove, but so you're still holding out hope that you didn't do those things?
It was the Russians.
Reid reiterated claims that she was not the author of homophobic posts that were recently surfaced from a blog she ran in the 2000s, but she acknowledged making past comments that have been described as homophobic. Quote, many of you have seen these blog posts circulating online and on social media. Many of them are homophobic, discriminatory, and outright weird and hateful, she said at the open of her weekend show, AM Joy. AM Joy. Quote, that sounds like Afternoon Delight or something.
It does. It sounds like morning sex.
Quote, I spent a lot of time trying to make sense of these posts. Okay. I hired cybersecurity experts to see if somebody had manipulated my words or my former blog, and the reality is they have not been able to prove it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You did not.
Hold on a second.
She got caught red-handed.
I hired cybersecurity experts to see if somebody had manipulated my words or my former blog, and the reality is they have not been able to prove it.
Okay, so if this all said and done, and they're like, okay, nobody hacked your shit, then she's gonna be like, oh well, I guess it was me then. I guess it was me.
Here's the follow-up to that. Quote, I genuinely do not believe I wrote those hateful things because they are completely alien to me. But I can definitely understand, based on things I have tweeted and have written in the past, why some people don't believe me.
Because you've done it before, you crazy bitch.
That is... They haven't been able to prove that I wasn't hacked.
And here's the thing. If you've ever run a blog or anything, it logs who logged in where.
Yeah.
I mean, there should be an easily traceable thing. Either it's from one of her known locations or not.
Yeah. And when it's edited, if it's edited, there's also a tag there and a date and a stamp and the whole 9 yards. There's no, you don't, it was hacked and my words were made to say, it's like, give me a
She got caught red-handed, and the best thing that she could have done was come clean about it and said she was sorry.
Yeah, like, I don't hold those views anymore. That was a long time ago. Anything other than fucking. Did
you guys see what Rachel Maddow said about this?
No.
She said after the apology, she respects Joy more than ever.
Oh, really?
No,
yeah, I don't have the exact quote. Let me see if I can find it.
But she didn't apologize for the shit. She apologized that they didn't find evidence.
Yeah, this is what you call circling the wagons.
So if she had said, 15 years ago, my mind was in a different place, but since then my opinions have evolved and I no longer believe those things, the end. I mean, if she had done exactly what Cenk Uygur did when everybody was like bringing up stuff that he said 10 years ago. I mean, it's weird to me that Cenk Uygur took a more rational approach to this than Joy Reid, but whatever.
Here's Matt Dow's tweet. Hang on, let me read this tweet to you. Brains, guts, heart, and soul. Beloved Joy Reid has always been a treasured and brilliant colleague. but I've never been prouder to work with her than I am now. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, hold on.
What was that first line again? Was it brains, guts, what?
Heart and soul.
Brain, guts, heart. Okay. Well, that head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Oh,
wait. So allegedly, somebody accused me of sexually assaulting somebody before, and I apologize that they weren't able to find evidence that I didn't do it.
Yes. That would make me so
My
proud.
bad.
Thank you, Cryptic. Remember, she's from the left. Everything she does can be excused away. Anybody else would be fired, a la Pauline. Actually, she's on what do they call it when they fire you but don't?
Administrative leave or some shit like that.
Yeah, she's on a leave right now. We'll see if she gets her job back.
I love like indefinite administrative leave.
Yes. They're on indefinite leave.
I gotta say, Rachel, the quality of Rachel Maddow's words, they sound like they're written by a Michael Bolton tribute band.
They do, yes. This is a gay woman who's now prouder than ever that her friend is lying about calling somebody a homo.
Yeah, like, did she not understand the apology?
I don't know. She's very proud of her, though. I mean, brains and guts. I mean,
man, that's pride. I don't think
most of the internal organs.
Nobody's ever had that much my pride in my guts.
She should have hit pancreas and appendix. Jesus Christ. Anyhow, what else you got for us?
That's everything I pulled up.
Okay, I want to talk about the correspondence dinner because the comedian who's headlining it is Michelle Wolf. Never heard of her before, but apparently she has a new show coming out. And she's called the president a coward for not going, which is fine. You're free to that. But I read this article about her where she's talking about the upcoming thing, and this is what she says. She says, talking about Trump, he's terrible for comedy. He does crazy stuff all the time, but you can only make so many jokes about it before they all sound the same. It's gotten comedy into a place where it's turned more into activism, and that's not where comedy is good. Now, I don't disagree with her that comedy has become way too activist lately, but does it have to be? Couldn't they move on to another topic?
It could. But they know that their fans are pretty much fixated on that. And even if it's not funny, as long as it's about them, then they'll tolerate it.
This is based on the wild assumption that these people are funny to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, again,
I've never heard of before.
Yeah, she's got a new show coming out. Where the hell's the name? It's a Netflix show called. Fuck, I can't find it.
You know what? At this point, Netflix shows are like assholes. Everybody's got one. It just, I mean, there's so many Netflix shows now, and they'll give one to anybody. It's like, God, I wish I could have a Netflix show. I just like throw a script at them, like, hey, I've written like 17 different ads. You can make it like a skit. Just do a whole show of nothing but movie trailers for fake movies. Yeah, and I'll write them all. There you go. There's a Netflix show for you.
Scribe has found his calling.
I don't give two shits about it, but they keep hiking up my Netflix bill every time somebody comes out with something stupid.
Well, here's the thing. The only reason I don't have a problem with that is because they keep releasing awesome shit. And like some of it is a miss, but like there's way more that are good that I've seen than bad. And I'm just like, God, how can I not be okay?
I'm counting down the days till Daredevil season 3.
Oh, me too. Skeptalk just said, how come Ranting Monkey doesn't have a Netflix show? This is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys all to email Netflix and tell them Lords of the Night should be on there.
Yeah, they should have somebody animate our.
We should be on there. I mean, we're funny. It would have to be an adult show, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, that's all. I saw that quote from her, and I'm like, really? One, I don't believe this this notion that it all sounds the same. Literally, the criticism of presidents, unless they do something new that's incredibly stupid, is the same from the time they run for president until even after they leave office. Fuck, Jimmy Carter's still known for his peanuts, and that's nonsense. But You don't have to make fun of the president. There's a whole host of people in Washington. If you want to keep it political, a whole bunch of them fuckers you can make fun of. All of which,
including the journalists in the room, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, did you guys see last year when that dude, I forget his name, made fun of CNN, and their whole table's sitting there all fuming?
Oh my god,
it was funny as fuck because it was true.
FYI, people in the chat, my mom's looking for a game to play. Like she likes kind of older, simplistic games, and she's been asking me to find her something, and I told her I would, and I haven't. So
wait. Thank you, Three-Sided Coin. He says, I've got a connection to Netflix. If serious, I'll call. I will take a Netflix special. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Me 7.
Yeah, if you can sell the idea of doing a sort of montage skit show of just like fake trailers written by people or ideas suggested by the fans and written by me, and then they produce them, I'd be all over that shit.
No, I say we do a nightly show. Like we would be their version of the Tonight Show.
They don't do nightly shows though.
They could. We could be the first
trailblazers.
You okay?
Scribe's coming with me. It doesn't matter whether he likes it or not.
Okay. Well, look, because of that, Monkey, I think you need to check your Twitter real quick.
Shit, what's on Twitter?
Check your Twitter.
I'm going.
If they don't like it and they turn you guys down, just say we got a black guy.
Yeah, we got a black guy and a cripple. Well, why don't you like black guys and cripples?
Representation, bruh.
Racking up those progressive stack points.
Pain, balls, sarcasm, and wit. Beloved Ranting Monkey has always been a fragile and cynical colleague, but I've never been prouder to work with him than I am now because he's watching Darkman. Awesome. Oh, that's great.
Anyway.
So Satsu, for your mom, I recommend Mega Man 2 and 3.
She does like side scrollers, but
man, Bubble Man, the music in the Bubble Man level in Mega Man 2 is awesome. Still awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, like my mom, she's a weird gamer. She likes playing games or whatever, but it has to like grab her in like the first 10, 15 minutes. Because if she doesn't have fun almost immediately when she starts playing, she's like, I don't like this game.
Well, she gets to fly around on a robot dog.
I mean, that's awesome to us. But she liked she loves all the Mario games. Obviously, she liked the old school Sega Toe Jam and Earl, like those games. I don't know, man. Like she likes to keep it simple. But I can't find anything for her because most of the games that I do find for her are either unbelievably difficult but fun or take some time to build up. And I know like within that time, she's going to be like, what the fuck am I doing? Why is this game doing what I want it to do? I quit. Find me something else. So I've been having a hard time finding her something. We'll see. She played Castlevania 64. She liked that. I don't know what else to do.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, that brings us to the end of YouTube, or not YouTube news time. God damn it.
Wow.
Throw him off with the Satsu Mama talk.
Three-Sided Coin, don't play that clip when you send it to the people at Netflix. So it is the end of news time, and instead we're moving on to MSS news time. Guys, if you got a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't promise to get to all of them, but we try to get to as many as we can, and we cannot tell you how thankful we are for your submissions.
Stop lying, dude, man. Why you good?
We totally can tell them how thankful we are. What the hell are you talking about?
We can't express it in words. That's how thankful we are.
Before
we get to that, and it's probably in MSS News, I'm gonna chop this one off at the heel here. Alfie, I forget his last name. Died. I'm sorry for his family, but I don't want to cover any more of that story. Yeah. It's sad what happened to him, and I hope they change things over there so that shit doesn't happen again.
All right. Well, in order to veer away from something that is that tragic, let's go to something that's even more tragic.
Yay!
As a video is about to play. No, yes, no, okay. This one comes from Captain Brambles. The pain was an 11 out of 10. As the video plays. Man's penis ruptured after he heard popping sound during sex.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Dude.
That can happen.
A man whose penis ruptured after he heard a popping sound during sex has described the pain as an 11 out of 10. Ross,
it's only an 11?
I don't know. Ross Astorian, 32, ruptured his penis muscles and severed his urethra during the horrific incident.
Oh my God.
Was she?
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
What was he doing? The author from New York shared candid details of his genital trauma on Kyle and Jackie O, an Australian breakfast radio show on Friday, while promoting his new book about the experience, Broken Banana. Okay. Oh my God.
No.
As far as I know, this is not a fake story. This is from the Mirror. It is a tabloid story, but it's not like the Weekly World News. So, quote, we were having sex in what doctors call doggy style position.
Is it what doctors call it? Okay.
I guess. And I came out and then went back in.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What?
Doggy style is the official medical term for that?
He may have been being facetious. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. We were having sex in what doctors call doggy style position, and I came out and then went back in, and we both did that in equal but opposite force, and it caused a very audible pop.
Oh.
Oh.
He hit the wrong hole.
There's no way.
I quote, I didn't really scream because if you've ever been in that real pain, you don't really make much noise. Some sound comes out of you, but it's not sustained. I went into emergency protocol. I got up, flipped the lights on, all while this poor woman is still there on all fours looking confused because she didn't know what was happening.
Was she Asian?
He called an ambulance telling them that he thought he had broken his penis. His injury was so bad that even medics looked a little shocked by his genitals, he said.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. Medics managed to repair his torn genitals, and he confidently attests that he has regained 80 to 90% function after a long, painful, expensive, and sometimes bizarre road to recovery. His penis injury racked up $60,000 in medical bills and left him stuck with a catheter for 4 months. He also required 2 surgeries and many stitches. He says that he likes to blame the injury on the heated, passionate nature of his lovemaking with the unnamed woman who he said was a former college lover who happened to be visiting his city that fateful night.
Oh my God!
I don't understand. Okay, I from his explanation, he'd pulled all the way out, and then they went back together. She bucked back as he was going in. How does that make a penis break?
If she's like really shallow, maybe.
Oh, she could also have one of those bent vaginas. Those exist,
like
guys.
That. Yeah, something like that. Like if she's really shallow and she pushed back too hard and he was pushing forward too hard and he hit a wall.
I mean, hold on. How hard
bone there?
How hard does your dick have to be in order for that to even take place?
Maybe Viagra hard.
Just erect. It doesn't take much. I've heard of such things before. This guy's description is much more graphic.
This is why I love Satsu's mom. Did you see what she put in chat? Good night, baby. Love you. Lady Monkey says night, everybody. Yeah, Satsu's mom did the eggplant in a bomb.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
I don't see. Oh man, God damn. I didn't know that was possible. So guys, remember, it's not just STDs you got to look out for out there.
So did she feel it? Like, did she? And how is that? Like, how is she doing? Like, I need to know where her.
Well, she didn't even notice.
She didn't even notice. They just heard the pop, and she's like bewildered, like, what the hell just happened? Because she doesn't know what happened.
Well, I mean, I'm sure she found out afterwards.
Oh yeah, no, when he's standing there with like his dick bent at a 90-degree angle.
She probably called her mom, like, "What's wrong with it?"
Hey, when you're good at something, you just make it look easy.
Oh,
You think now he uses one of those like hemorrhoid seats, puts it on his lap before he has sex?
oh God, I don't want to think about it.
Makes it go too deep.
Well,
So, okay,
yeah, okay.
teeth or this?
Oh Jesus.
Oh, teeth. I think that heals faster as long as she doesn't bite all the way through.
All right, let's move on to something less tragic than that.
Like anything?
Like this one's coming from senior staff reporter Jack the motherfucking Cockring. Florida man shot at roommate over cat hair on couch.
Get that motherfucker. You need a vacuum.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Police say a 58-year-old Florida man shot at his roommate because he was angry about cat hair being on the couch. Craig...
Before you get into that, Sir Wolfgang, thank you. Oh, God, the dude snapped his dick in half. Yes, he did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Craig Toll is facing charges of robbery with a firearm, shooting into a dwelling, aggravated battery, and aggravated assault following the incident early Wednesday at his Central Florida home. The roommate told The roommate told investigators that Toll pulled the gun after getting angry about the cat hair. According to court documents, Toll fired in the direction of the roommate and said, the next one's going to be you. Okay. The Orlando Sentinel reports Toll then jabbed the gun into the roommate's rib cage, causing minor cuts and bruises. Police say Toll initially refused to leave the house after officers arrived. He's being held without bond. Yeah, I don't understand what the robbery thing is.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems a little overreaction to cat hair. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. If he was my roommate, I'd be dead already because my cat's kind of ruled the roost and cat hair is over everything.
Oh my God. Satsu, will you read what your mom just wrote?
Nope.
Oh my God.
And that's now part of the permanent
That's
record
awesome.
since the chats are stored now.
That's true. That is true.
Somebody screen cap that.
All this could have been avoided with a pair of cheap lint rollers.
Right.
Yeah.
I still want to know what he stole.
Maybe it's just the way that the statute works and the actions
Could
kind
be.
of falls in that category without there actually having been a robbery, or maybe they consider the cat hair personal property, and he was saying get it off the couch, and by using a gun he was trying to remove it.
At least he didn't shoot the cat.
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
Then there would have been cat hair and blood on the couch.
God damn it.
Adding to the problem, I think.
Okay, this is a handoff MSS News story because it's someone retweeting someone who retweeted a story.
Okay.
This is Thoughts from the Dryer by way of Tim Pool, by way of Slate.
Okay.
And the headline reads, overly long episodes are the man-spreading of television.
I saw this headline. That is dumb as shit. Go ahead.
The first episode of this season of Westworld. Okay, that's just okay. Anyway, how about to season 2? Anyway, clocks in at 69 minutes. And sure, as a one-off extra long installment, that's pretty unremarkable. You could even call it nice. But season 2's 4th episode is a whopping hour and 11 minutes. And I'd be astonished if it's the last episode this season to run over an hour. The season 1 finale episode, after all, was a full 90 minutes. It's hard not to watch much of Westworld, especially those over an hour installments, and not feel at least a little frustrated with a show that has so little compunction about its own obtrusive length. Unless it gets bent at 90 degrees.
The movie's too long. Sorry, TV show. Is somebody really bitching about this?
Yeah, nobody's twisting arm to watch it.
Yeah, and you know what? If it's too long, you can pause and come back later. Welcome to the 21st century. In the rare instances where an episode fully uses and needs over 60 minutes, I'm perfectly happy to cede the time. But again and again, overly long TV episodes feel like self-important prestige signaling more about muscle and budget flexing than they are about the best way to serve a story.
Says the person who has never made anything.
Here's a question. Okay. Tin Cup. Tin Cup was 45 minutes too long because there was at least 45 minutes in there that were unnecessary to propel the story forward. It was mostly fluff and filler. Now, if you have a TV show that's an hour and 11 minutes long, the only question I would have is that hour and 11 minutes justified for the content of the episode? If the answer is no, then you can complain about the length. If the answer is, if it's justified, no. If it's justified, yes, then who cares? You don't even notice it. It's gone. Like Avengers Infinity War is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Now, my body felt the time passing, but in watching the movie, it went by real quick because everything was just it all fit together. Nothing was sort of unnecessary to the narrative. What the fuck are you talking about, man-spreading?
Well, that's what she said in there, that it's basically self-congratulatory. It's just them doing it because they can. That's the muscle. They're doing it because they can. That's what we men do when we sit in chairs with our legs spread so that we don't squish our balls. We just do that because we can.
Oh yeah, God. Not anatomy or balls. It's just
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to read all of this. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta wonder where. 9 times out of 10, it's them projecting some sort of inner thing about themselves. What the hell is the projecting here? I can't quite put my finger on it.
I'm assuming this was a she.
Yes.
She wants to watch the show and be able to talk to her friends and stuff about it, but she feels like it's too long. She shouldn't have to watch all of that to be part of the conversation.
So here's how she ends this very long article. It's time to see TV manspreading for what it is: self-indulgent, gratuitous, and often actively detrimental to telling a good story. TV has gotten too comfortable with its own excess, and I am here to reclaim my time.
Then stop watching, bitch.
Stop watching Westworld.
I think what strikes me, I think what the projecting here is the language that she's using in describing the quote unquote manspreading can be very much applied to her and the way she is approaching this.
Oh yeah,
like she's some hotch.
I feel like
she's self-important, talking about like they give a fuck about your time. Specifically you. Like they're like, we need to make sure that random bitch number 742 doesn't think this episode is too long.
I feel like that article was much longer than it needed to be.
Right.
Yes.
And I feel
didn't read it all. I didn't even read it all. Let's see. We got one from Ramen Lewis.
Jesus Christ.
Ramen noodles.
Lynching memorial leaves some quietly seething. Let sleeping dogs lie. Okay. Let's see. Black men were lynched for, quote, standing around, for, quote, annoying white girls, for failing to call a policeman Mr. Those are just a few of the horrific stories on display at a new national memorial to lynching victims in Montgomery, Alabama. 1 mile away, another historical monument tells a very different tale about the American South. The first White House of the Confederacy celebrates the life of, quote, renowned American patriot Jefferson Davis, who served as the president of the Confederate States while making virtually no mention of the hundreds of black people he and his family enslaved. Quote, it's going to cause an uproar and open old wounds, said Mickey Keenan, a 58-year-old longtime Montgomery resident, who was eating lunch at a Southern country-style restaurant a mile from the memorial. Local residents, she said, quote, feel it's a waste of money, a waste of space, and it's bringing up bullshit, unquote. The contradictions of Montgomery's historical narratives were on full display this week as thousands of tourists and progressive activists flocked to the city to mark the opening of the country's first memorial to lynching victims, while some locals quietly seethed, saying they resented the new museum for dredging up the past and feared it would incite anger and backlash within black communities.
Real quick, thank you, Mashishu. Come on, people, show Monkey some love, and I'll show boobs. That is a win-win for Monkey.
What kind of love you talking? Monkey, you need likes?
Monkey love.
I can make like 54 accounts right now and just...
So basically, we have competing memorials.
I guess.
Well, the Confederate White House has been there since, well, the Civil War. So it's, but it's a new one, and they're just like, sort of vilifying the part of the world that's, I don't know. I mean, I can kind of understand that. It's like, calling everybody here in our state and our territory just like one big racist place when they're probably not as much these days. I'm sure the South isn't exactly a paradise.
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with the lynching memorial. That's not actually what it's called, is it? There was another name for it, if I remember.
Yeah, there's something else. I forget what it was.
But I mean, to me, that we have the Holocaust museums all over. I have no problem with that. It's part of history that does deserve to be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
For me, thank you, Three-Sided Coin. Love. Twitter now, MASH.
There you go.
I just this competing thing where we have to go back. Fuck it. If you just have historical museums and everybody shut the fuck up, and if you want to go to them, go to them.
Right. It seems to me that the most malcontented out there tend to spend the most time living in the past. Now, remembering the past and acknowledging the past is one thing, because, as they say, you are doomed to repeat it if you forget it. However, this obsession with the past is ultimately harmful, because when we spend so much time in the past, we don't really have much time to focus on the present, let alone the future.
Well, the problem is not that we're paying attention to the past. It's that people want to, and in this case, they want to pretend that they were part of it.
Oh yeah,
and they want their oppression for it. You fuck off. You weren't. By all means, honor these people. These people died for some fucking ridiculous reasons, and this isn't just a random one-off. Slavery was a horrible thing, and the stuff that happened after slavery was horrible. Sure, by all means, we need to acknowledge it as part of our past, but we don't need to all run around apologizing for shit I never did. That's where the problem comes in, when people want to relive it rather than just acknowledge it. Real quick, thank you, Three-Sided Coin. Wasn't Jefferson Davis against slavery? I'm certain I heard that somewhere.
I don't know. I would be surprised if that were the case.
Don't know enough about him.
Jefferson Davis did offer to free all the slaves in the South if the British and French would both acknowledge them as a country.
Right.
The British were all on board for that because they were still kind of mad about the colonies. And the French, still being a huge ally of the United States, said no. So it is something that was offered, but whether he was against slavery, I couldn't tell you.
Well, if you look at the language that a lot of these people use when they're talking about that, is we were slaves for X amount of years, or look what they're doing to us, or look what we had to go through. And I'm like,
yes.
Did you? Were you really there? I mean, and I understand, I guess, the symbolism, or what they're basically saying is us as a people. But if you're holding on to things that took place back then, especially during a time of mending when people are trying to get past that and move on, and you're treating it as if it was, personally done to you, then you, quite frankly, don't want to move on. Like that's not the aim. Your aim is vengeance, not putting things back together.
Or I'll say this, Satsu, I probably had relatives fighting on both sides of the Alamo conflict. Mm-hmm. And I don't go back and try to dwell on it. I certainly don't entertain the ideas of editing it through some sort of notion that if I concentrate really hard, if I say Alamo enough times, then Tinkerbell will come alive. No, it doesn't work that way. The Alamo happened. The people that died there, and that's roughly 25 minutes east of me. I can go there because it's still there. It's a tactile, tangible thing, and it just. I love the movie with Lauren Green and John Wayne, but for me, that's all it is right now. It's a building, roughly 25 minutes west of me, and it's a lovely little film that I used to watch in VHS. It's not something. Yeah,
Mexico needs to apologize for Davy Crockett. That's
yes,
all I
they
gotta
do.
say. They need to build a statue to Davy Crockett on their own land and pay for it themselves. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They took Davy Crockett from us, and they still haven't apologized, so far as I know. So hey, I'm just saying. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
That's we're actually past time, guys. So we are moving on from hashtag MSS News. And again, thank you for all of the submissions there. It is now time for YouTube. Satsu, what'd you do today?
I didn't do nothing.
Thanks for playing. Scribe, what'd you do today?
I found a couple of real possibilities for projects to work on. One is a TEDx talk, wherein a female economist attempts to explain why there are so few female economists, and her train of logic is exactly why there aren't that many female economists. I mean, it's really funny because just listening to it, I'm like, okay, you state the problem is this, you say your evidence for this argument is this, this, and this, and then you get to the end, and it's pretty much a guessing game. I'm like, I think I see why. I think you are your own answer to the question. But if I do the video, I'll talk more about that. And the other one is I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I only got 23 seconds in before I knew I had to do something with this, or at least try, because it's an hour-long panel discussion or something at a university about their current results in their diversity initiative. And the moderator, or the opening speaker, says, "Hi, my name is Professor blah 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 blah, and my preferred pronouns are," and I was just, oh dear God, you are a grown man. What are you doing? And I just paused it there and I set it up, and I'm like, I'm going to do something with this. So I didn't do any really heavy work today on those two things, but I have at least 2 items that I'm going to be working on over the next couple days probably, and hopefully have something out this week. And then tomorrow, as has been mentioned several times, at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific on my channel, Monkey and I will be reviewing Darkman, Sam Raimi's Darkman, a superhero movie from the 90s, and one of my favorite films out of the 90s. I love that film growing up. So, and that's what I'm doing. 6,
where can we find you recently? Do you make your own videos?
I do.
Okay.
I have 2 channels. One, of course, is devoted to live streams. That's what anybody that watches the Chaos 120 stuff will find on me on the next live streams channel. I do have a primary channel. The next 6 minutes, you have to spell out the word 6, of course, because if you don't spell out the word 6, you're not going to find it.
That's what I did wrong, because I put your Twitter in the description because I could not find your channel. So yeah, I will correct that.
And earlier today, I was it's a group channel that we just started called Chaos 120 Group. You can check that out as well. It's going to be a dumping ground for all our bloopers and snippets and B-roll and all kind of other little tidbits, little bit of tastes for all the hosts that contribute to the Chaos 120 show. The voice of Burnside, veteran mountain man, irate prostate, myself, Skippy 331, and the Lords of the Night fan favorite Rebo Jones. Today I was able to this is part of a new interview series that I'm going to be doing with a lot of our regulars. My inaugural episode, of course, was for Terra Sin, and that's up right now. They're going to be half-hour interviews, and so that's what I was going at. That's what I had going on earlier today.
Cool.
And of course, I'm here right now, so
there you go. I didn't do anything today. I went and watched Avengers with the wife, and that was fun. I will be on 2 Cents Plus. That's a number 2 CENTS PLUS. After this, playing 7 Days to Die with Satsu. And that brings us to the end of YouTube time. But
hold on, Monkey. I remembered yesterday because we were playing, and I remember I was digging to those houses or whatever, but I actually remember what base I was supposed to be building. The castle that I told you about.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that shit, and it fucking hit me. Like,
oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
I have a super chat. Thank you, Three-Sided Coin. All right, so this happened today. I'm moving into a new apartment and have been putting together, decorating, and I pass the time listening to the Worski JF drama streams over the past week, and holy Christ, yeah, they're bad. And
did you get Terry's super chat?
Did I miss that? Oh no, I didn't. I read it in my mind, waiting for. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Thank you, Terry Diamandis. You work with the Dark Man 6 nights a week. You don't need to see a movie about him.
No,
I would watch a movie about Satsu.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
The things that happen in my Dark Man movie, we don't discuss live on stream. So don't you and watch it.
No.
First rule of Satsu 2 Cents Club. You don't talk about Satsu 2 Cents Club.
There you go.
The second rule of Satsu 2 Cents Club. You don't talk about Satsu 2
You know
Cents
what?
Club.
That was very racist of us.
Yeah.
We just assumed that Dark Man meant Satsu, and they could have meant like my dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
Or Scribe's dark drink that he has every night.
Dark drink.
Dark Man, you're drinking a dark drink. Hey, I'm
dark drink.
I am trying to be woke.
The
here,
crime fighting drink.
I love JP Awaken with JP, his How to Be Woke he put out a few months ago. It's quite amusing.
Irate Bear's in the chat. My dark penis. Is it a broken penis? Because we had a story like that earlier.
Well, Scribe's drinking Dr. Pepper, but unfortunately he's got Christy Winter's PhD. So.
Oh, God. Would Irate Bear's deal today count? I mean, it's not like bad drama, but it's kind of drama.
Well, we've renamed this, didn't we? It's internet stuff. What do we call it?
Yeah,
it's internet drama, but
internet drama instead of YouTube drama.
I mean, it was dramatic. I mean, what happened to Bear today was
amazing.
It was dramatic. So
his thank you video is amazing.
Yes. So I can't do it justice. You should go watch. If you're not already subscribed to Irate Bear, go look him up and look on his channel. But earlier today, he put out a video of some personal. I can't think of a better word than desperation because of the circumstances he found himself in. Mm-hmm. Some financial pitfalls had come his way, and it was looking like some bad things might be on the horizon if his rent wasn't covered, and because of his medical condition and YouTube having cut off a lot of ad revenue, and his wife working and the kids, he was in a bad way. And so he reluctantly asked his audience for some assistance. And within an hour of putting out that video, his viewers and people who responded just came, I don't know how else to put it, just like, stepped up to the plate and really helped him out. And now he's in good shape. And his Patreon went up some, so conceivably he could start actually doing YouTube as a job instead of having to look for a regular job, which would be difficult given his medical situation.
And to everyone who helped, I know Bear said thank you, but from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Bear, I love Bear. He's one of my best friends here. And when I watched that video this morning, it broke my heart. And seeing how many people just tweeted out that fucking video, that alone made me just so happy to be part of this. And then to see that other video, thank you guys for what you did there. But yeah, other than that, do we have any actual drama? I know Cog still got his period about the thing going on there. But otherwise, I wasn't online very much today.
I've actually been participating in this conversation, so I haven't been surfing through Twitter. Or else I'm sure I would have found something.
Three-sided coin, thank you. I'm convinced that the two sets of fans are fucking... Is that supposed to be retarded? Kumitards and alt-right deserve each other. I'm also convinced, and this is me, 3SC, speaking, not ranting monkey. Oh, Three-sided coin speaking, not ranting monkey. That Tonka has roid rage. I'm also convinced Styx is in denial. Oh, we lost 6. 6,
Uh-oh.
come back to us.
Oh,
Thank you for that donation, 3-sided coin. And thank you, Cryptic. We need more downs, not less here. Save the bear. Exactly. Seriously, guys, I love Bear. And me and him talk quite a bit, and I'm so glad to see that happen for him. Welcome back, 6.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know. I
You
most
left
certainly
us.
didn't kick you out because that would be
That was really weird. It was like Ranting Monkey was reading like the last bit of a 3-sided coins thing. It was like, and as he just like, burn, and it was like nothing for like 5 or 10 seconds, and then boop, and then zap right back into this. It's like a friggin' Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, that was probably to dodge the profanity filter on Super Chat. Yeah, that sucks. You know, we should be able to decide whether or not our fans can use profanity in chat. Because I have no fucking problem with it.
I love it when people use profanity in my chat. It makes everything so much more interesting.
Well, I have to say, I'm not exactly fucking thrilled about people's filthy fucking language. So,
you know what's great? If you guys didn't see Satsu's birthday stream, near the end of it, his mom gives him a little bit of shit about his foul mouth.
That didn't, no.
Thank you, Cryptic. All hail the furry Führer. I thought I was going to fuck that up, didn't you? Let's see. Deep topic. Do we have a deep topic? I do.
You're the host.
And I came with a deep topic, which, by the way, might not be a very good subject. But
wait, I think my mom just said she loves Six's voice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, what about mine?
I don't know, man. You both have you both have like radio voices.
Yeah, but she didn't say she loved my voice.
Because she hates you, monkey. She told me the other day.
This is how I'm going to talk to your mom from now on, Satsu.
She said the only reason she was trying to lure you over is so she can put you on the grill.
Oh boy.
As I was watching Infinity War today, and England DG brought this up near the beginning of the stream, and I'm glad he did because he reminded me that I wanted to have this discussion. It occurred to me that this movie is basically made by the same company that made The Last Jedi.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're both owned by Disney.
Yeah, they're not the same company. Marvel and Lucasfilm are completely different subsidiaries.
Sure, but they still have to be signed off on by the guys at the top of
okay,
Disney.
All right.
And I get what you're saying, and that's actually part of what I want to ask about. Why do you think that they can do so good with Marvel and such shit with Star Wars?
Because Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige are two sides of the same coin, except that one is the Harvey Dent scorched up one, and one is the clean, pristine one. Kevin Feige actually gives a shit about the source material. Kathleen Kennedy seemingly is rudderless when it comes to arranging things. I mean, the brilliance of the Marvel method in the MCU is that they have one guy at the top who is planning out everything. There's not this committee bullshit with a lot of things like DC was trying to do, which is why all their movies like suck. And Kathleen Kennedy
spoil the soup.
Yeah, and Kathleen Kennedy seems to have this notion of, hey, let's take Star Wars, one of the most storied franchises in cinematic history, fuck American cinematic history, and hand it to directors who have had one, maybe two movies under their belt. Okay, directors should have earned their chops to get something that is this big or this important or this potentially money making. And she just hands it off to like guys who've made like one or two movies before or have never handled a giant property like this. That's why.
I just want to interrupt for a second and say Satsu's mom just said, "Let Six answer." I don't think she even cares about his answer.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Oh my god!
Scribe rage quitted.
By the way,
3-sided coin. Thank you. What's the third side of that coin, Scribe? Well, we can't find out now.
hey, hold on.
Quit.
You also missed the message she said before that.
What was the one before that? Monkey, you're the best. I am the best.
he fucking leave?
He fucking rage quit. He'll be back. There he is.
I was just kidding.
Scribbles.
Melodrama.
As you were leaving, three-sided coin said, "What's the third side of that coin, Scribe?"
The third side of that coin is DC, I guess. Zack Snyder. There you go.
Jesus.
Yeah, see, and again, I understand the difference between the because they're basically their own studios, Lucas and Marvel. But again, they have to be signed off by Disney as they're making these. Why won't Disney step in? Because whether The Force Awakens was not my favorite Star Wars movie, but it's my favorite one since Jedi. And I don't understand why the people at the top of Disney are still allowing this shit to happen. Is it just, do they allow it to happen because, I mean, the Last Jedi is the biggest opening movie ever, so it's still making money.
Yeah. It may just boil down to just that, is that it rakes in enough cash that they don't really care. I think it's a situation where both franchises are raking in the cash. One happens to be under the helm of somebody who really knows what they're doing, and the other one is under the helm of somebody who really doesn't know what they're doing. But they're both making money, so the end product isn't really all that relevant to the people at the top of Disney, because they're both making money.
Do you think it's because like all the praise that these movies are getting, and there is praise, is coming from the people that they actually give a shit about? Because like they made it clear that they don't really give a fuck about the fans, but they do care about the people pushing for like political and social change and shit in the movies, and they're saying that it's great. So that's all that matters.
Real quick, thank you, Sarah Plyer. Gotta go into work soon. For the record, Scribe's voice is my favorite. See you guys soon.
Gosh.
Have a good night at work, Sarah. BG says Disney's known for their hands off of their subdivisions, and sure, but there comes a point where you have to step in, even with a hands-off approach most of the time.
Can you imagine Disney stepping in to try to second guess a female CEO or whatever of Lucasfilm?
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I see. It's they have to have a hands-off approach, because I mean, if you talk to any like major movie director who's ever had a film come out, 9 times out of 10, the biggest obstacles they have is fighting with the executives at the studio over story points or how things tested or whatever else, and not being allowed to make the movie they want to make.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will give Kathleen Kennedy credit in spirit on Last Jedi, because she allowed Rian Johnson to make the movie he wanted to make. He wrote it, he directed it, he was in control of the film. And that's something that most directors aren't given a lot of the time, especially something that's big budget, especially something that's big risk, or a potential big money maker. She gave that control to the wrong person. And she should have known better, because if the Solo movie and the absolute catastrophe that has been behind the scenes, given the director choices that she had with these, like, oh my God, you have to earn your chops before you get handed something like Star Wars, and she doesn't believe in that. Whereas with Marvel, I mean, Steven Spielberg wants to make. I mean, Marvel has done such a good job with this. Directors would come to them to say, "Can I make a comic book movie?" I mean, Francis Ford Coppola is going to make a fucking Joker movie. For fuck's sake. I mean, you can get directors that know what the hell they're doing.
Wait. Coppola's making a Joker movie?
Oh, wait, was it Coppola? No, sorry. It's not Coppola. It's the, the guy who did Goodfellas. I'm suddenly, Scorsese. Sorry, Scorsese. I was
thinking, is the DC universe not dark enough already?
Well, yeah. But yeah.
Fuck.
Yes.
Anyway, real quick. Gregory Hurst, thank you. $50 says Avengers release was moved up a week because Disney knew Solo wouldn't be able to compete with it. By the way, Infinity War's second biggest opening ever. Yeah, and deservedly so, actually.
Yeah, Solo's going to suck.
Which reminds me, I think Solo's going to suck too. But how do you think it's going to do? I'd say opening box office, not long term, because that's harder to predict. But do you think
it's Star Wars? It's going to make a ton of money.
Yeah, it's still going to
unjustified, but it's going to make a ton of money.
So doesn't in that respect, the fans are really to blame.
The movie going, the non-discriminating movie going public is to blame. Yes, it's true.
Okay.
I mean, how many? I mean, obviously, Transformers has like what, 7 movies now or whatever. Okay, it's not a matter of the quality of the film. It's a matter of just somebody going like, hey, let's go see a Transformers movie.
Yeah, it's a cash via spectacle.
Sorry, Jesse, you're wrong. You're wrong. I love you, but you're wrong. Jesse just said Solo looks good. No, it doesn't.
It's like Venom doesn't look good.
The actor looks disinterested. He doesn't look like he wants to be there. He very poorly casted, and it doesn't help to know that they actually bring Harrison Ford on set to give this kid some pointers.
Well, I mean, they did that with I believe they did that with Billy D. Williams and Donald Glover. Like, I mean, you're taking over a character that somebody else has played before, and you're doing a younger version. So mentoring with the person who played him before to get some tips doesn't bug me so much. The thing about this guy, though, is they had to bring in acting coaches in the middle of filming because this guy didn't know how to emote on camera, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
For me, that's bad.
It's not just that. Seeing him on Harrison Ford just has a presence about him. If you remember the scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark where the guy comes out and he's swinging his sword around, that look and the pose that Harrison's in, the look on his face, that is not something you can just replicate. That is just him.
Well, you have to be suffering from severe flu at that point, because that's why they did that scene. He was originally supposed to have a giant sword fight with the guy, but he was so sick that day he just said, "Hey, can I just shoot him?" And Spielberg's like, "Yeah, go ahead." I'm
not even talking about the shooting part. The look on his face and everything before he pulls his gun. He's just like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
And that is something that is very hard to do. Anybody could pull that scene off, but to do it with the way he looked, his face, and it's the same with Han Solo. Han Solo was just this cool, badass guy who never really had to say, "I'm a badass." It just came across. And a lot of it was just Harrison.
They had an actor. I forget his name, but he played a younger version of Harrison Ford in a different production. He had the look down. He looked like a young Harrison Ford. He had the voice down, and he put out this quick little demo of him doing a couple of lines of Han Solo. And he even had the cadence of the voice down and everything else. He could have done it, but they didn't hire him, even though he already had experience being basically a young Harrison Ford. They hired this guy for some reason, and they hired 2 directors to direct it. It got 90% of the way through production. They fired the 2 directors, brought in Ron Howard, brought in acting coaches, did a zillion reshoots. The thing's going to be a fucking train wreck. I mean, and there's a train wreck in the movie. There's actually a train wreck scene in the movie. So.
This has the smell of Suicide Squad on it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
To me, Harrison is just one of those actors who's Clint Eastwood is the only other one I can think of right off. Maybe Jack Nicholson. But their screen presence, they can just give a look on screen, and it's something only they can do. So, that movie's gonna blow. That's the only deep topic I had was that. We didn't cover
what
the story from.
Yeah.
Where's it from?
I know what you're talking about. Hold on, let me
pull it up. You didn't even say anything. What do you?
I'm gonna pull it up because I know what he's talking about.
These guys have a psychic connection that we cannot see. It's
7 Days to Die. Yes. 7 Days to Die. We were just talking about that last night, having Scribe play with us, and that we're gonna fucking drive him insane because half of the time he's not gonna know what the hell is going on.
No, because what we do is we make plans and then we never follow through. I'm like, this would drive Scribe nuts. And for the record, Scribe, I said I admire the fact that you can follow schedules and stuff, because I can't, and it's one of my when you have to answer that question at a job interview, what's your greatest weakness? You don't really want to go, I can't follow schedules.
Yeah,
but it really is my greatest weakness.
Yeah, that is hilarious. I don't know if we do manage to convince Scribe to play with us, I don't think it's gonna last very long.
He's gonna rage quit.
He's gonna do exactly what he just did earlier. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, at some point I'll probably say the line, "A plan's just a list of things that don't happen."
It is. For us, it really, really is.
Okay, so
got it.
This is from the New Yorker, and the headline reads, Avengers Infinity War. In Avengers Infinity War, characters aren't introduced, they just show up, and their behavior is entirely defined by the template set for them in other movies.
I look, we've established a character. God damn it, they're doing what they were set up to do. It's just like,
yeah, basically they're bitching that there's prequels, because that's what all of the Marvel movies are up to now.
And no bigger role is exemplified by Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much the only thing that needs to be read is the first two paragraphs, and that gives you basically everything you need to know about the person who wrote it. So they say that Avengers Infinity War is a very peculiar movie. It runs for 2.5 hours, and its spectacular action effects, histrionics. Is that what that says? Okay. And noises fill big screens and cavernous theaters with their colossal. Oh my God, chill the fuck out. Okay. Yet its rolling action is besides the point, serving mainly to illustrate the movie's main idea to give each one of its dozen characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe a few moments to shine. And a well-woven divide between plot-driven dramas and character-driven ones, Infinity War falls strangely and surprisingly into the latter category. Now, this is where it gets good. For that matter, although there's nothing small-scale about the Avengers Infinity War, it only resembles a movie. It comes off not even as a single drama, as a self-contained and internally structured narrative, but rather as a big screen, 2.5-hour variant of a single episode in a television series. I'll continue. Avengers Infinity War would make little sense in the absence of its pack of predecessors. No shit.
That's the
this is the culmination of a decade's worth of multiple films all tied together by a single narrative. It's never been fucking done before in the cinematic history of the world. What the fuck do you want, lady?
Hold on, I'm getting to the best part.
Holy shit.
Hold on. This is the best part. Its characters aren't introduced, they just show up. And their behavior is entirely defined by the template set for them in other movies. Not only does the Avengers Infinity War presume that the viewer has seen all the preceding films in the Marvel series, but worse, it presumes that they thought about them afterwards.
Oh! Oh, shit!
So they weren't expecting Alzheimer's patients to show up.
Or it is a millions of dollars worth of advertising to go buy the fucking movies. Holy shit! Who is this person? Who wrote this? Honestly, who wrote this?
Richard
I suppose you would
Brody.
also ignore
Richard
the
Brody.
entire comics history of all these characters.
Oh my God!
How dare you think about a Marvel movie after you've seen it?
Oh my God! That shit killed me, man. I almost fell out of my chair.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have not seen Black Panther. I did not see the second Guardians of the Galaxy, which I do own. And I was still able to keep up with this movie very well. My wife, as I said, doesn't know most of these characters. She kept up very well. But the part that really bugged me about that is where they said this isn't a single movie. I had to warn Lady Monkey because she does not like cliffhanger movies. When we went to see Harry Potter 7, she didn't go with us because she didn't want to see a movie where she wasn't going to get to see both halves at the same time. And I told her, I mean, this story continues because they're making Infinity War 2. We already know that. But she did not come out of this going, well, I feel like that wasn't a whole movie. I feel like because they end the movie, that the story is done. If they wanted to, they could stop right here.
Yep.
Yep.
So I don't know what this person is a fucking moron. That's all there is to it.
This person exemplifies the worst armchair quarterbacking that I see in quote unquote professional movie reviewers.
I thought about it like in the sense of video games, obviously, because I'm a gamer, and that's just like Uncharted 4 is the first one you played, and you're just like, where was the introduction to all the characters? Other characters just showed up, and they expect you to understand what's going on from the other games. Like, what?
You know what? This kind of idiot is the reason the Venom movie's gonna fucking suck. Because we have to have an origin story in every goddamn movie. No, you don't. One, all of these. Thank you, Circus Zero. Sounds like Scribe found his first video.
Oh my god.
My first video.
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. Okay.
Maybe they meant next video.
Yeah, maybe next video.
No.
You don't have to set up every character, but they did. All of these characters are already set up.
Yeah, and what killed me though is they're just like they expected you to have seen the preceding films and to think about them afterwards. If you were seeing the previous films, you have no choice but to think about them afterwards because they all tie in. Like, well, not all of them, but most of them tie in. So it's just like, how do you not? How can you not?
Well, here's the other thing, and I don't know if this person has been awake for the last 10 years, but if you simply look at the box office numbers for every Marvel film that has come out to this point, and you say, let's take that dollar amount, divide it by, and how many times does 8 go into this number? That's how many tickets were sold, let's say. How many people have seen these films? You don't need to spend time explaining something to an audience of a series of films that have been seen around the world hundreds of times by people over the last decade.
Right.
I mean, Marvel's not exactly some unknown niche art house flick or something, for fuck's sake. I mean, who is does this person have a career in real life?
I don't know, but what I was thinking too, on top of that is, once you see this movie, especially if you're new to the whole thing, and you're like, okay, this is for some reason the first one that I'm gonna watch out of the whole thing. It's gonna pique your interest. Who are these characters? Yeah. Where did they come from? Are there movies out? I'm going to go buy them.
It's an advertisement. If nothing else, it's an advertisement to go look back. And you know what? I'd say there's about maybe 4 movies you need to see if you really want to understand what's going on in Infinity War. But at the same time, Lady Monkey went there. She enjoyed it. That's all.
Yeah, and it could be good that way. Like, there are a lot of things that I've played, or a lot of games that go in an order in such a way where, like, they'll go so far ahead, and then the next game will show you like what you missed in between that time. And when you put the pieces together, it's even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched Godzilla movies, James Bond movies. Certainly not the first one in the series, because both series started before I was born. I went back and watched all the previous ones that I hadn't seen, the ones that came before the first one I saw.
You crazy bastard.
I'm a crazy bastard.
Gregory Hurst, thank you. This writer probably gives books bad reviews because they expect you to learn to read first.
This book assumes that you know how to read.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, and I said this on my little stream yesterday, if you have seen all of the Marvel films to this point, there are a lot of little narrative rewards for people who paid attention or who remember what happened in the other things. Because, then you know why this is there, you know why this made sense, especially if you stayed after to see the credits sequence after Thor Dark World, which, of course, is probably the lowest of all the Marvel movies. But otherwise, you don't need to have, necessarily. You don't need to have.
Thank you, Mule 1066. Also, same actors playing the part after 10 years. Yeah,
except for War Machine, because they
replaced him.
Terrence Howard was replaced by Don Cheadle. But other than that, everybody else is the same.
Oh, the Hulk, Edward Norton.
Yes, that's true. That's right.
Yeah. Well, but let's be honest. Bruce Banner's not the reason you know the Hulk.
Right. The Hulk is why you know.
Yeah, it's the big green guy. That. When I saw that, when you tweeted that, I'm like, what the fuck is this person even thinking?
It just like, I was looking at the comments and I'm like, oh, thank God. I scrolled down for a while and I didn't see one comment that was defending. Like, everybody was like, is this guy fucking retarded?
Yes, he is.
Jeez, I'm just like, how could you write this with any confidence? And this avatar looks like a type of fucking douchebag. The little picture is like big scruffy ass beard with the round glasses and the bald spot. He looks like one of those guys that I want to hit with a chair.
Thank you, Circus Zero. Sounds like Scribe found his first rant video. Sorry, I got a phone call and screwed up the typing.
I've ranted about movies and stuff before, but now I think everything I could possibly have to say about it I've said on this stream. So this will function as my rant video.
Well, yeah, you can make another rant video, and then you can go back and watch all the other rant videos.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, we just dropped. Oh, I realize we're guilty of that. We just dropped the next 6 minutes on our fans today. We never set him up.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, we need a backstory. Well, technically, we did tell him to give a little introduction.
Well, now you guys got to go to my primary channel and watch all my previous content.
Yeah, if you want
just in context.
We didn't explain to everybody what YouTube is.
Computer? What is computer?
What is binary?
Oh my God!
Do your helmet thing. I love that.
Did we? I know we mentioned it, but did we ever cover? I don't know if it was an article or not, but the one where they were saying the lack of LGBT people in Infinity War is what's wrong with comic book movies.
Oh, we covered that, yeah, and I talked about how Thanos is obviously gay because of the comic books. If you know comic book lore, yes. Thanos is gay.
Plus, he's pinkish purple.
Yeah,
which is obviously gay colors.
Obviously, gay colors.
And all that bling. Goodness. Yeah. No straight man wears that much gold.
Well, Mr. T.
Well, he's an outlier.
Mr. T's about as straight as a circle. But okay, let's.
And he pities us fools.
What are you saying, Satsu? Mr. T.
Guys, we are a couple minutes early, but we're going to go ahead and open it up to you. We do have a guest here. Remember, you can ask him questions. I don't know how open 6 is, but I'll make up answers if he won't answer them for you. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, conspiracy theories, anything else that starts with C I haven't said yet, go ahead and throw them into chat now.
Constipation.
Constipate. I don't want your constipation in there.
Cottage cheese.
Cottage cheese. Oh, man.
Cantaloupes.
You know what I saw today? Because we went to lunch first. We went to Arby's, and by the way, their barbecue sandwich tastes like shit. And so I had a just cheddar and beef, whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, I saw this young group of girls came in, and they were wearing ripped up jeans. Is that a thing again?
Yes, sure. Unfortunately.
Oh, it hasn't gone anywhere. It's been alive for a while, and they buy them that way, which fucks me up. That fucks my mind up.
The pre distressed clothing has always been kind of a weird thing.
I haven't seen jeans that ripped since "Pour Some Sugar on Me" by Def Leppard, which I
almost love that album.
Oh, I love that album. No. It's on Hysteria. Lords of Night, do you think Thanos will ever find true love?
Oh, he already has.
He has. That's what
it's death. In the comic books, they haven't personified some of the forces of nature in the movies yet, but
MASH probably missed that because we talked about it after, because MASH has to leave most nights about halfway through, actually 45 minutes in, to go to work. So she probably missed our discussion on that. That was what, last night?
Either the last night or the night before.
Yeah.
I could go into it again, but it takes a long time to explain the lore behind the whole Thanos thing and why he's gay. So I'll do it another time.
Hey, are you reading the chat?
Yeah.
Satsu's mom wants to know, 6, can you read the dictionary for me?
I don't have a dictionary here, but I may be able to scrounge up a thesaurus.
All right. He got you, mom. Crazy person.
That beef and cheddar, aka, or that cheddar and beef, aka the beef and cheddar. Yeah, you guys know me. My brain goes funky. How old are you? 6.
I'll be 41 next month.
Oh, yeah, you're just a little bit younger than me. We would have went to school together, and we would have been best friends.
Oh yeah. Hanging out to the lunchroom, and you would want my chocolate milk, and I'd want your extra fries, and we'd exchange. And
oh my
we could do that. You know what I saw today that made me laugh as we were watching this movie, or actually while we were waiting in line for the movie, a whole bunch of nerdy young guys, and it gave me flashbacks of me and my friends when we were that age. And I was like, you know what, guys, you'll be okay. Don't worry about being nerds right now. You'll be okay.
When I think of you and Monkey being friends as kids and growing up, I think of Monkey sexually harassing women and you narrating it.
It's only sexual harassment if they don't like it, and I have never had a sexual harassment charge.
You've never had a charge, but that don't mean
we would be sitting in a corner reading Nintendo Power sexily.
That's right. Oh, Nintendo Power. Three-sided coin says, "Gay." Thank you for that.
So BG has a question. What is my favorite type of porn? Well, that would be food porn because I watch a lot of Food Network.
Oh yeah.
Do you watch Satsu's food videos?
I do not. I do not. I actually used to make food videos myself, dude. We got a collab, man.
Dude, I have them in a playlist for you. You can watch them all. I love making
awesome,
videos.
Awesome.
Next 6 minutes, Stacy Gardner wants to know if you like gaming channels.
I like some gaming channels. There's certain more hybrid channels, really. I like channels that kind of center around games. They're not games channels themselves. They're like the Angry Video Game Nerd. Let's see, I believe it's the Black Nerd, Andre, whatever his name is. Really happy guy. Let's see, what other channels do I like? The 8-bit guy is not technically a gaming, but more technology. He
told me before the stream that 2 Cents Plus is like his favorite.
2 Cents Plus is like awesome, dude. I live for 2 cents.
Yes, he does. If he knows what's good for him.
Timothy Steelback wants to know if you're a matador.
A matador? Well, I am a Taurus, so I'm the first bull matador. I'm the guy that goes out with the horns, and I don't know. I don't know where my mind was going with that one, but anyway.
Attack Alpaca says, as I recall, you're a Giants fan. If so, thoughts on Barkley? That's for you, 6.
Giants. I'm more Philadelphia Phillies fan. I'm a Texans, Phillies, Stars, Rockets. I'll catch the odd Dynamo game every now and again. Not really I don't know where he's getting the Giants thing.
And which Giants are we talking about, baseball or football?
Oh yeah,
because I hear Barkley, I think Charles, so that just fucked me all up.
Yeah, Barkley used to be a Houston Rocket.
Okay, yes, you're right, Ryan. We did not ask 6 the 2 questions. Are you ready for these 6? You know what they are, I'm sure.
Lay it on me, man.
Is cereal soup?
Cereal is neither a soup nor is it cereal.
Oh shit. Okay, continue.
Tongue buttering turtle caves. How do you fall? Yes or no?
Depends if I really like her personality.
She has a good personality, y'all. Lick the booty.
What if she got a good personality and a dirty booty?
If she got a dirty booty, there ain't no way she got a good personality.
Man, who knows?
Good point.
Like maybe she can't wash her ass on account of saving all those babies.
The homeless work she does makes her booty dirty.
No time for ass wash.
Mash wants to know if I think Deadpool would do the vertical tango with Riley Dennis. I don't know.
Deadpool would fuck anything.
No, I think he'd stay with his girlfriend. I have a feeling he's loyal to her.
He went through a lot for her.
Yeah.
Chaos says you're not special because you answered different from the rest of us 6. Chaos is
she's laying down the gauntlet.
Shots fired.
You better give a reasonable answer there, sir. we peeped the escape. We just let you.
Could Deadpool break his dick? He could.
And a grow back.
You know what? The first time I found out that breaking your dick was a real thing, it scared the crap out of me. Because there's no bone in there, so you don't think, you can do whatever you want to that thing. No, you can't. You gotta be careful with it. You gotta pet it and treat it nice.
It's like the first time you find out that CDs are not indestructible.
What about aggressive petting?
Depends on how aggressive and if there's spit involved. Oh, where's the worst date y'all ever had? I didn't.
Where's the worst date? Or
where is she? She's somewhere, I'm sure. In my basement, under the floorboards. You know. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
That's one hell of a guess.
Okay, Scribe, you're officially the Dark Man.
So, okay, let's go.
I'm the Dark Man.
What's the worst date you've had? I can go first if you want. I've talked about it before. I didn't really date very much. And this was probably one of the only dates me and Lady Monkey had before we got married. We went to a ball game. We planned to go to dinner afterwards. And on the way out of the ball game, I asked her if she still wanted to go to dinner. And what she heard was, "I hate you, go to hell."
Oh.
And we had a huge fight about it and never did make it to dinner.
Wait, what kind of translator did she have in her fucking head?
Well, what she says is that when I asked that, she thought that was me saying I didn't really want to go. Because that's how women think. And I was trying to make sure, because it was late. I mean, this was after a ball game, and I think the ball game started at like 6, and it was baseball. So, afterwards, I'm like, "You still want to go to dinner?" And yeah, she heard, "I don't like you anymore. I want to go somewhere else." I can't explain it, man.
I think your subtitles were probably set on the wrong thing.
It must have been. Must have been.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
It was not funny at the time. I laughed my ass off about it now.
Yeah. The worst date I ever had? I don't know. Well, I guess the worst date I've ever had was when me and my brother like went out and he was going with some chick and he tried to like have her bring her friend. And me and her didn't speak or really look at each other the whole time. We were just like there. Because I guess we both clearly didn't want to be there. But we both got dragged there. But I wouldn't really call that a date. But I'll tell you the worst I ever had. And the date itself was great. We went to the movies and we went to dinner. And we came home and she started nagging me about a text that was on my phone that was from my cousin. And she was just like nagging me. And me and her had been dating for 2 years. And it was Valentine's Day. Took her out, showed her a good time. She was at my house and she was just nagging me about it. And then I started playing the video game. She's like, "Really? You're going to play the video game?" I'm like, "I just spent over $100 on you and took you out. Leave me alone." And she basically got upset. Like, she got really pissed. And she like, "You got bitches texting you that I don't know. And now you're not paying attention to me. And this is supposed to be my day." I'm like, "Your day is over." Yeah, like that. It happened. Go home. And she like got super pissed. And that ended like a 2-year relationship that was otherwise fine. Like there was nothing wrong with us or like our relationship. It just kind of happened that way. And I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm single."
Nice.
Yeah. That yeah.
Speaking of abrupt endings, there went 6. Hopefully he'll be back again. Scribbles, you got a bad date you want to talk about?
The worst date I've ever been on. I don't know. The one that comes to mind was just a really awkward date. I showed up to meet her at the place we agreed on. It was off of some internet dating site or something.
Okay.
And I showed up and she wasn't dressed like, I mean, I don't expect somebody to like dress up in like, top hat and tails or something, but she was just dressed sloppily. She didn't even look like she wanted to be there. She was just in like this really bad mood or something. And she was very quiet. It was just a very awkward thing. I just tried to do basic conversation with her, but she was just like either very shy or something. It was like, why did you even show up to this kind of thing? The weirdest date I ever had was a site that said that I was a 99% match with this girl. And we met up to go out on a date, and it was like having lunch with myself.
Oh,
like everything that we had to talk about, we completely agreed upon. Things that I would have said in the course of a conversation, she said before me. It was really creepy. And yeah, I don't want to date myself because I do that enough already.
Real quick, before we get to Six's answer, Scrappy in chat says, worst date ever. I didn't know it was a date. I didn't know he was gay.
There you go.
I think you win, but let's see what Six has to say. Six, did you have one you wanted to share?
Yeah, I gotta say that I was not the most romantically active young man. I think really the only strictly technically defined date that I've really been on was probably about fall of '99. Now, I asked her if she would like to go to a movie with me, and it was one that she had already seen, but she agreed to go anyway, which is something that really should have occurred to me. After we'd watched the movie, it was The Sixth Sense by M. Night Shyamalan. Yes, yeah. Roll your eyes if you want, but I thought it was a good movie. Anyway, I had the option to extend the evening by asking her out to dinner, but at the time I was not the most confident young man, so I really didn't pursue anything further. So instead of taking her out to dinner after the movie, I instead, drumroll please, I took her to Walmart to buy soda. Yeah. And I pretty much I friend zoned her after that. And I've been kicking myself for the last almost 20 years for that one. Yeah, so that was pretty bad because of an opportunity that I should have taken but did not.
Oh boy, I got one of them that I'm not going to talk about. But I think we all have at least one decision where you're like, God, if only.
It's true.
So who was it? Ryan asked in chat. So there's a female scribe. Here's something you want to do if you've never done it. Go to what was it? Match.com, I think it is. It has that really intricate matchmaking system.
Yeah.
Go there and fill that out, and you will find somebody exactly like you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
if that's what you're looking for, go for it. But me, it was just weird.
I've talked about this for me and Lady Monkey, because Lady Monkey is convinced we were destined to be, and I don't know about destiny, but I believe we are a good fit. But I told her, like, nobody would ever match us up. We are completely different people. So we filled out these things just to see if it would match us up, and it didn't. And the crazy bitches that I got things, I couldn't have talked to them for more than 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, speaking of females that weren't previously so, apparently I just saw the new Doom movie will have a female lead. I don't know if this is real.
Interesting.
Because why not, I guess?
Because the other Doom movie did so well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, is it supposed to be Doom Guy? Because there might be a problem with it.
Are you assuming the gender, Satsu?
Of Doom Guy?
Yes.
Doom
Guy is gender neutral, Satsu.
Is it?
It can be. Yes. I don't know.
Maybe.
So Attack Alpaca is asking me if I have any kids. No, I do not. I would like some kids. I would like kids someday, but I haven't met the right Mrs. To be Mrs. Six.
And you haven't found the right orphanage.
So you could make the joke that I'm turning into an old cat man.
Dude, it's 2018. You don't have to get married to have kids.
True.
Yeah, you just steal them off the street.
I'm a bit old-fashioned when it comes to that, yeah. But
Well, you're in Texas. I mean, they send all their ugly kids to us. Just grab one.
That's
Oh my
right.
God.
All the pretty ones are taken away for slavery.
Hey, Monkey, you wanna hear the bullshit of the day? I just
Please.
scrolling down Twitter. Dusty Smith. I'm scrolling down right now. I just saw it. I've been thinking about this for years, but I really do have this thing about not wanting to be very famous. I have a life plan and fame does not fit into it, which is mostly why I don't try very hard.
What?
This is Dusty?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God.
I got a taste of it and I did not like it. It's honestly something I struggle with.
That's odd from a guy that seems to be obsessed with attracting attention to himself by making bizarre claims and attacking other content creators.
Oh my God. I mean, as Jay says, it's working out for him because nobody gives a fuck about him. But I mean, geez, come on, dude.
Didn't he sell a book about or teach people how to get money or something at one time?
Well, he used to teach people how to like set up porn sites, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, he used to like teach people how to make porn sites. But other than that, I don't know. Like he said, he used to do something else too, but I don't know.
Judge Death says, "Old fashioned, a white van with free candy written on the side." Yeah. Our chat gives the best advice.
The white van atop agency.
Oh my God. Let's see what else do we have here. I think they're just listening to us talk today. Remember, guys, this is your time. Questions, comments, concerns, things you want us to talk about. We don't necessarily.
Hyrukun is asking me T or A. You're going to have to be more specific. What T and A are you referring to?
James asked if I'd send him the link for the sex quiz. Let me try to find it. If you're friends with Bear, it'd be easier to ask him because I know he has it on his Discord. But if not, I'll do my best to remind me that you asked that, and I'll do my best to find it. I did hear kill off a poo. I did hear that the guy who does a poo says he's willing to step down.
Yeah, Hank Azaria said he's willing to step aside or something. I'm like, why? Didn't they just like defend you up and down in the last episode or whatever? Whatever.
Green Death says, Ranting Monkey, last night when you guys said hi to Catherine, she loved it. Really loved yours since your voice is like mine, kind of. And your sweet time made her smile and try to steal my phone. Aw. I love babies. I can't wait till the next one's here.
So apparently, Jonathan McIntosh is trying to single-handedly destroy the games industry.
Oh, wow. Good luck, Jonathan.
Yeah, he said, unless the game mechanics of God of War revolve around a pivot to non-violent problem solving, then it will reproduce toxic ideas about manhood. So there's no way around it. He said, modern game designers, why the fuck can I not English? Modern game designers are aware that the link between violent conflict resolution and toxic masculinity, but they refuse to give up their core violence-based mechanics. So we get narratives that acknowledge the problem, but keep indulging in the killer be killed gameplay. Basically,
it's called God of War.
Yeah, but there's not supposed to be any violence. So his solution is until the gaming industry is willing to evolve beyond violence as a primary means of conflict resolution, big budget video games will continue to have a very little to say.
Here's a thought. Actually play God of War and see what the story between the father and the son evolves into. Jonathan McIntosh.
You're missing it, Scribe. There's violence. And what he should have done is sit down with the people he disagrees with. They want to kill him.
That's what
Restorative justice. Restorative justice, yes. I've been taught this by others. You're right.
Dude.
Oh, wait. There's something in chat I have to... Andrew M. Shepard says, Ranting Monkey, when are you going on Kumite, faggot? Already done it, bitch. Blow me. Corey says, are you going to see Boss Baby sequel? I will. As I said, that movie grew on me. I can't help it. I like that.
Yeah, like a cancer.
Fuck
It's
you,
actually
BG.
it's a pretty sweet movie, actually.
So if you think about all the popular games right now, all of the most popular, most mainstream games right now, every single one of them has some type of violent something in it.
Yeah.
Like, you will single-handedly destroy the gaming industry. Just imagine if you were playing like Call of Duty or whatever, and you and like the whole game was like to have a political conversation and debate about why you shouldn't be having a war, and the game ends when everybody surrenders and becomes friends.
Well, I've seen this several times. These fuckers who think that video games need to get rid of all violence, and like there are games you can play that don't have violence. You could play SimCity if you want, and actually, or even in there, there's some violence because you have to have police. Let's see, The Sims. You got Thieves. What else do they have?
The Solitaire for
Games-
Windows 95.
Yeah, games are not fun without violence. Do these people get it that the whole point of games is escapism?
No, obviously not.
Jonathan McIntosh strikes me as the guy that would kill every party that he went to.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he was Anita Sarkeesian's. Well, actually, was it the other? Who was whose lapdog?
He
I
was
don't know.
he was her lapdog, and
Was
she
he?
dropped
Oh, yeah.
him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She dropped him, and he's trying to do his own thing.
Jeez. What a sad little man.
Anthony Liverpool fan says, "Ever played The Forest? Awesome survival type game. I've looked at it. I haven't played it yet.
Man, that game has been brought up so many times. Now I have to go look it up because
you know why? It's one of those that it looks great to me, but it has an ending, and I don't know. I'm not real.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
On the survival games, I don't want an end. I just want to survive as long as I can.
I mean, I'm sure you could if you just don't beat it.
Matt's using text to speech, so it came out. Hank Azaria has no control over the character of Apu.
Apu.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Am I Satan yet? Has a birthday today.
Steam, don't put Black Desert on my front page.
Are you guys ready? We have
Let's
a
do
birthday. You know what we got to do. Am I Satan yet? Am I Satan yet? Are you out there? Are you listening? This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Satan.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday.
to you.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Congratulations on becoming Satan, by the way.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Am I
birthday.
Satan yet?
Satan.
Happy birthday.
I've been good my
Happy
whole life.
Birthday
To you.
you. Happy birthday, am I Satan yet? I hope you had a great day.
Yes. Please keep the gates of hell closed. Thank you.
Please. Don't open those seals. Whatever you do, when you see a seal, leave it closed. Let's see. We got 7 minutes left, guys. Satsu, just put not interested. It won't show up anymore. That's true. There's a little box you can check on it.
Well, I'm saying that, like, I've been debating on getting it, and it's only $10, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna get it. And they're like, oh, really? It's now on your front page. Have you changed your mind? And I'm just like, nah, leave me alone.
Satsu's mom's going to bed. Good night. Thanks
Good
for
night,
stopping by.
Mom.
Night.
Bye.
Seal. Hey, you talking about me? Yeah. Don't open seal. Whatever you do. Moonbase. Oh yeah, you didn't chant Moonbase during that one.
Well,
Moonbase.
I can't do that on every birthday thing. That was special.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. That's our safe word. This shit might get crazy if you just yell that out all willy-nilly.
While we got a few minutes, 6, you want to shill your stream again?
Sure. I am part of the Chaos 120 streaming group. We have Weibo Jones coming up after Lords of the Night, if you want to check that out. Let's see. Oh, I threw Satsu under the bus again. Sorry, man.
It's cool. I'm used to it under here.
No.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Shit, lost my train of thought there. Let's
Throwing
see.
people under the bus can do that.
Yeah, it kind of does. Tomorrow afternoon. Well, it's early evening-ish. It's gonna be 5 p.m. Eastern. I have what I call a tea time stream on my next live streams channel. If you want to swing by and find out what's going on there. I don't really have a topic per se. It's just going to be kind of a free-for-all sort of thing. If one of my guests happens to bring a topic, we'll discuss that, and that's going down on my next live streams channel tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and tomorrow 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific is Darkman over on Scribe Light's channel.
Yes.
And immediately following this, well, see, we keep saying immediately following, but guys, if you actually watch the 2 Cents Plus stream, you know it varies. We try to get it immediately following this, but as soon as we can, we will be up on 2 Cents Plus playing 7 Days to Die.
Yeah, it's rarely more than 30 minutes. Like, we usually make it within 30 minutes after.
Arbo says, do you think a live-action version of Shadow of Mordor would do better than WoW? Depends on who makes it. The reason WoW didn't do well is because of how they made the movie. And it was actually just Warcraft. They could have made a great Warcraft movie if they'd cut the first half of it off.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't think narratively driven games like that will do well in movie form, because like what you do in between those cutscenes adds to the story. You know what I mean? And I feel like with that missing, it just wouldn't be the same. Like if I had to watch Shadow of Mordor, just the cutscenes like kind of play out, and I'd be like, that wasn't nearly as exciting as me actually getting to kill shit.
Chinese box office aside, it's probably one of the most terrible wastes of Paula Patton I've ever seen. And that woman is amazing. She deserves so much more.
The problem with the Warcraft movie is that they should have just done it in-house. They shouldn't have made it live action. They should have used their awesome editing abilities. If you've never seen a Blizzard cutscene, you need to go watch them because they're fucking amazing. I get what you're saying about Shadow of Mordor, Satsu. But like if you watch just the cutscenes from, say, Warcraft 3, it tells such a great story. And they didn't need to do it the way they did, and that's what fucked them up. Faith says, I thought WoW was fine, but I never played the game. The Warcraft movie, they spent way too long trying to introduce everything. They could have done it much quicker and much better. You got 3 minutes left, guys. Questions, comments, concerns. Is anal bleaching racist?
What? Yes. I'm just going to say yes and be safe about it. Sure. Yes, it is.
I'm sure it is. I just couldn't tell you why.
Right. Well, I mean, hell, somebody can tell me that Infinity War is a bad movie because it requires other movies ahead of it to make any sense. So, yeah.
Are you calling black people assholes?
Oh. Wait. Well, Monkey, why do you assume that racist equals black people?
Oh.
Monkey, what's wrong with you?
Whoa.
I'm not woke enough, yo.
I know.
You need to watch the Awaken with JP video.
Oh, God.
Should they remake Some Like It Hot? No. That's a classic.
Leave it alone. Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have here, guys? Lords of the Night, do you think Sam and Dean can take out Thanos? No, I think Thanos could walk over salt, which is how they stop everything.
Yeah. There's plenty of evidence in Infinity War to say that Thanos is not going to be stopped by those guys.
Jack Gunsky asks, is every sequel bad because it requires the viewing of the previous movies? Apparently.
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
I mean, if the sequels are serialized in such a way, you are missing something for sure. But like Bond movies, they're all basically episodic for the most part. So, you know, all depends.
If your sequel has all of the same origin story, then you're fine.
Yeah.
I thought the bleach just made it sterile for tongue buttering. Look, okay, we've talked about this, okay? Bleaching the outside does not stop anal leakage. And that is a real thing that can happen, and you don't want to be down there.
Olestra. No Olestra.
Oh.
Satsu Circus Zero wants to know if you saw a video he tweeted to you.
When did he tweet it? Today?
I don't know. He did not include that information.
Then the odds are probably not.
And on that note, guys, we are going to wrap this up. Chat, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. You guys are awesome. Best chat on YouTube, bar none. Thank you guys for the super chats, for the MSS news, and for the questions. You guys are amazing. I love you. Scribe, Satsu, a pleasure as always. Six, great to finally get to talk to you. We've crossed paths before briefly, but this is the first real chat we've got. And thank you so much for coming on with us.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Everyone, your life makes us sad. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Choke on my rage.
Take it easy.
What the fuck?